Alright friends, good morning. Welcome to NEET World. This is your Abhilash Sir, Mathematics faculty. So from today we'll be resuming our classes on IPE Mathematics B2A, 2B, 1A and also 1B. Yeah, I am audible. First of all, happy Vasanta Panchami to all of you. So on this auspicious day, let us resume our IPE classes. Okay. So already we have covered some of the chapters pertaining to LAQs. Correct, no? So LAQs, we have already dealt with certain chapters. For example, what are the chapters we have already completed? De Moivre's theorem is completed. Theory of equations, binomial theorem, it is completed. So today we will be dealing with measures of dispersion. Okay. Today we will be dealing with which chapter? Measures of dispersion. So this is our book. We have already told you how to download this copy. Now if you see this, let me zoom it. I hope it is visible to all of you. So in this chapter, if you see here friends, already we have completed long answers questions. De Moivre's theorem is completed. Theory of equations, binomial theorem we have already completed. Now we have to do measures of dispersion. From this chapter we are getting, we call it as MOD, measures of dispersion. We are getting one question that is of 7 mark. That is, I am talking about LAQs friends. I am talking about LAQs. Okay, let me zoom it again. So we have to do measures of dispersion. Then later we will be doing probability and random variables and probability distributions. So first we will be doing measures of dispersion. In this session we will be doing measures of dispersion, that is pertaining to 2A. Then in the evening we will be coming up with 2B classes, that is for part B of mathematics second year, that is for senior IPE. So let us start with measures of dispersion. Okay. Let us start with the first question. Page number it is, I think it's 80. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got it. So this is the first question friends. So here we have to remember certain formulas that are based on which the questions are coming. Okay, certain formulas based on which the questions are coming. Okay. Now when we talk about this, see here. So first thing is you have to remember what is the formula for mean. Okay. Then you have to remember what is the formula for, what is that? This is variance. Another thing is you have to remember the formula for standard deviation. These three formulas if you remember, okay, you will be able to solve the question. Of course, you have to know how to make the tables, but these tables eventually come from these formulas. Clear? So if you talk about the mean, so how to find out the mean? So mean means it is nothing but sum of, what is it? F of xy divided by summation of f of I, that is summation of f of xi divided by summation of f of I. Okay, this summation of f of I can also be written as, I can write this as frequency of distribution divided by into xi divided by summation of fi, this is nothing but number of distributions, that is number of distributions. Okay, that is nothing but number of distribution. This gives us what? This gives us mean. This mean is represented by x bar. Okay, this mean is represented by x bar. This mean is represented by what? X bar. Another thing is, if you have to know, okay, if you want to know mean deviation, if I write mean deviation, that is if I write MD, mean deviation is given by summation of f of I, okay, summation of f of I into modulus of x minus x bar, xi minus x bar, or this is what? Summation of xi minus x bar, okay, xi minus x bar. This entire thing should be divided by n. Okay, n means what? N means is nothing but, it is nothing but summation of fi. This is summation of for this entire thing. This summation is for this entire thing. This is the formula for mean deviation. If I talk about variance friends, if we talk about variance, that is nothing but sigma square. It is given by what? It is given by what? Summation of f of xi. What is that? Summation of f of I into xi minus x bar whole square. Okay, that is summation of fi into xi minus x bar, okay, whole square, this entire thing whole square. See, summation of fi into xi minus x bar whole square. summation of fi into xi minus x bar whole square. So this is the formula for what is it, variance. So if we talk about standard deviation, the formula is nothing but this is standard deviation, we have to get sigma, that is nothing but we have to take the whatever value of variance you get, that is summation of fi into what is it, xi minus x bar whole square, put it under square root, that's it, you will get the standard deviation. Okay, these are the very important formulas, 4 formulas which you have to remember, friends. Okay, so let us proceed with the question. What is the first question that is given? If you see here, what is the first question that is given? They have given summation, find the mean deviation about the mean. Okay, find the mean deviation about the mean. Okay, find the mean deviation about the mean for the following data, for the following distribution. This is the distribution they have given, xi fi. When I talk about measures of dispersion, if you do 3 to 4 questions, important questions which I am doing, okay, that is more than enough, that is sorted, that is the chapter is sorted, you don't have to do much. Okay, from these questions only you will get in the examination, and please remember the answers, because you don't have to go and calculate and waste your time there. Please remember the answers and go and write it, that's it, because similar questions or same questions will be coming. Okay, this is a very easy chapter and a very high scoring chapter. Clear? Okay, so let us start with the question. Find the mean deviation. They have given the distribution, xi they have given, and frequency of the distribution they have given. Okay, given data. Okay, we have to frame the table like this. So let us make the table. Okay, so let us make the table by ourselves. So this is the question that they have given. Let us take up the data. What is the data that they have given? Let us take up the data here. So as per this question, we have to make the table. So first thing is, in the table, just a minute, in the table we have to make certain columns. Okay, xi is one column, fi is one column, okay, xi is one column, clear. Then xi minus x bar is what? I told you it is mean. Okay, it is mean. So we have to compute fi into xi minus x bar, which is nothing but mean deviation. Mean about the, what is that they are asking? Mean deviation about the mean means fi into xi minus x bar. So these are the columns we are having. Okay, these are the columns we are having. Correct. Now see here, based on this we are having, for this xi we are having 10, okay, 30, 50, 70, 90. And what about fi? They were given 4, 24, next is 28, 16 and also 8. Okay, if I do summation of fi, if I do, that is nothing but equal to n, we will get it as equal to how much? We will get it as equal to how much? 28, what is it? We will get it as, see, 28 plus 28 is 56, 56 plus 16 is, what is it? 72, 72 plus 8 is, we are getting it as 80. Okay, we will get it as 80. fi into xi, if you multiply, this will be 40, okay, this will be 720, this will be 50 into 28, 50 into 28, what is it? You have to calculate. Okay, 1400, I am writing directly. So this will be how much? 1120, this will be 720 again, summation of fi xi. If you do this on calculating, you will get it as 4000. These are simple calculations which you can do eventually. Okay, these are very simple calculations which you can do. Okay, next what we are having? xi minus x bar. Okay, so for this we first of all we have to find out x bar. How to find out x bar? I told you, x bar is nothing but the arithmetic mean. X bar is nothing but summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi, that is nothing but equal to n. Okay, summation of fi xi is what? That is 4000 divided by n. What is the value of n we got here, friends? N, the value we got it as 80. Okay, we got it as 80. What I can do, this will be 0 0, this will be 8 1s, this is 8 5s. We will get it as x bar, we will get it as equal to 50. Okay, x bar we got it as equal to what? See here, let me write it correctly. X bar will get it as equal to 50. X bar will be equal to 50. We got the value of x bar is equal to how much? We got it as equal to 50, correct? So on getting 50, you just have to put xi minus x bar. What is xi? We are already having 10. 10 minus 50, what we will get? See, here it is, always we have to keep modulus sign. Okay, so this will be equal to what? 10 minus 50 is nothing but equal to 40. Okay, and 30 minus 50 will get it as 20. See, absolute values you have to write it. Okay, absolute values. 50 minus 50 is 0. Here 70 minus 50 is 20 and 90 minus 50 is 40. This is what we have. Now what we have to do? Fi into xi minus x bar. Fi into xi minus x bar, and doing this what you will get? See, Fi into xi minus x bar. 4 into 4 is 16. This will be 160. What about this? This will be 480. Okay, and this will be 0. And this will be 16 into 2 is 32. This will be 320. Now what we are having? 8 into 40. This will be again 320. Okay, correct. This will be again 320. Now we have to do the summation of this. What we have to do? We have to do the summation of this. So summation of this will give us what? Summation of, what is this? Summation of Fi into xi minus x bar. Okay, this is nothing but equal to what, friends? Summation of this is nothing but equal to 1280. We'll get it as what? 1280. Now we have to find mean deviation. Okay, we have to find what? Mean deviation. To find out mean deviation, what is the formula that we have? Mean deviation is equal to, see here, mean deviation is equal to, mean deviation, we have the formula, I told you already. So summation of Fi into xi minus x bar within the modulus n, because we have to take the absolute value, divided by n. N is nothing but what? Summation of Fi. Okay, this is summation of entire thing. Okay, Fi into xi minus x bar, we already got it. Okay, 1280. Summation also we got it. That is 1280 divided by, what is the value of n? N value is 80. Okay, n value is 80. 0 0 cancels. This is 8 ones are 8. What is left? 4 is left. 48. 8 6 are 48. So what is the mean deviation we will get, friends? Mean deviation we will get it as equal to 16. Okay, this is the right answer to this question. Okay, you have to be patient. Just write down the values carefully. While writing the values, you should be very careful, because if you write one value wrong, entire question will go wrong. Okay, otherwise if you write the values correct, simple basic calculations are there. Okay, and you will get the answer very easily. The answer is what? Mean deviation is equal to 16. This is how you got to solve this question, friends. Alright, I hope this is clear. Let us move to the next question. Okay, that is the solution we got. Let us move to the next question, friends. Okay, just a minute. So they are telling, find the mean deviation from the mean for a continuous frequency distribution. That time it was not a continuous frequency distribution, that was a discrete distribution. Here it is continuous frequency distribution. So in such question, how to solve such questions? Okay, in such type of questions, we have to make sure that we have to take the values correctly, and also what is Fi, what is xi, everything we have to take it. Okay, so here what will be xi, we should only find out. They will not give xi here. Okay, they will not give xi here. Okay, we have to take out xi by ourselves. So how to solve this question? Let us see. So what is the value they have given? These are the values that they have given. So let us form the table for this question as well. Okay, let us form the table for this question as well. So what is the table that we can find? First they have given sales in rupees. Okay, they have given sales in 1000 rupees. They have given sales in 1000 rupees. Okay, first let us write down sales. Okay, it is in thousands. Okay, sales in thousands, 1000 rupees. This is the first column. Okay, next column will be number of companies. Number of companies. Number of company means it is number. The word itself is, it is nothing but frequency of the distribution, that is f of I. Okay, f of I. Then we have to find out xi. Okay, so we have to find out xi. So xi here we have to find out. Okay, xi here we have to find out. Then here we have to find out same thing, fi xi. Okay, fi xi. Then again same thing, xi minus x bar. X bar is nothing but the arithmetic mean. Okay, then we have to find fi into xi minus x bar. Fi into xi minus x bar. X bar is the arithmetic mean which I told you. Then summation of all these things. Now what is it that they have given? What is the data that they have given? 40 to 50. Next is what? 50 to 60. Similarly 60 to 70. Continuous frequency distribution. 70 to 80. 80 to 90. Then 90 to 100. This is what we have. 90 to 100. Number of companies, that is the frequency that they have given. F of I is the number of companies, that is the frequency. What is that they have given? 5, 15. Okay, 15. This is the data that they have given. Okay, write down correctly what they have given. Please write it down correctly. So 25, 30, 20 and 5. This is what they have given. Now here only let me write down the value of n. N is nothing but equal to what, friends? That is the number of distributions, that is nothing but equal to summation of fi. So let us find out fi, that is 25. Okay, 25 plus 25, 50, 80, okay, 95, 100. So what is this? N we are getting as equal to 100. This is what we are getting here. Now xi how to find out? So xi is nothing but, here what we are having, this is nothing but class interval. I can write this as, what is this? Class interval. So xi is nothing but equal to midpoint of the class interval. Okay, xi they have not given it directly, here we have to find out by ourselves. Midpoint of the class interval is xi. So what is the midpoint of the class interval? 40 to 50, what is the midpoint? That is 45. Here what it is? 55. So this will be what? 65, and this will be 75. Similarly this will be 85, and this will be what? 95, friends. This will be 95. So this is what we will get. Okay, now fi xi, directly I will write it, you have to calculate by yourself. Fi xi by multiplying what you will get, that is the value, you have to write it. Fi xi, correct? So if I talk about fi xi, see here, so this will be 225, 45 into 5, this will be 225, so this will be 825, 1625, this you have to calculate by yourself. Okay, these are basic simple calculations, simple multiplication which you have to do. 1700, 475. Now on calculating this, what is the thing I should do? I should do summation of fi xi. Summation of fi xi, what will it give us? Summation of fi xi, it will give us, see, on doing summation of this, summation of fi xi, this will give us the value equal to 7100. Okay, 7100, we will get the value. Now I have to do xi minus x bar, xi minus x bar, correct? No, but before that I have to definitely find out what? I have to find out what is x bar. Okay, I have to find out x bar. Let me find out x bar here. Okay, let me find out x bar here. X bar is nothing but equal to summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi r n, that is 100. Summation of fi xi, just now we got it, what is it? 7100 divided by 100. This will give us what? 0 0 cancels, double zeros, I will get x bar, that is arithmetic mean, will be equal to 71. Now I should do what? Xi minus x bar, that is xi minus x bar is 45 minus 71. Similarly 55 minus 71, 65 minus 71. Okay, 75 minus 71, 85 minus 71, 95 minus 71. What we will get? We will get the value as 26, 16, 6, okay, 4, 14, and also we will get the value as 24. We will get the value as 24. Now what you should do next thing? This fi, frequency, number of companies, that is the frequency, into xi into x bar. This will give us what? Summation of this will give us mean deviation. Fi into xi, 26 into 5, 16 into 15, 25 into 6. Just like that we have to multiply and keep it. We will get what here? 130. This will be equal to what? 240. And this would be equal to 150, 120. This will be 280. And next we will be having 120. Now summation of this. Summation of fi into xi minus x bar, I have to do it. Okay, what I will get here? I will be getting 1040. I will be getting what? 1040. This is the value I got. Now what I have to do to find out the mean deviation? What is the formula that we have, friends, to find out the mean deviation? See here, observe carefully. After this table we have to find out the mean deviation. First we have to find mean deviation about the mean. See, we will get what? Summation of fi xi minus x bar. Okay, this divided by n. N is what? The number of distribution, summation of fi. So this will be equal to what, friend? This will be equal to 1040 divided by 100. So 0 0 cancels, 104 divided by 10 means we will get it as 10.4. So what will get mean deviation, friends? You have to remember this. Mean deviation will be equal to 10.4. Mean deviation will get the answer as equal to 10.4. This is how you got to solve this question, friends. This is how you got to solve this question. I hope it is clear. Okay. Next we will move to the next question. So this is similar to the previous question, but here instead of given xi directly, they have given the class intervals. So from the class intervals you have to get xi. How to get the xi? I told you that you have to find the midpoint of the class interval. See here, from this class intervals, how to get xi? You have to find the midpoint of the class intervals. You will get xi. Got it? So let's move to the next question, friends. Find the mean deviation about the mean for the following data. Okay, this is similar to the previous one. Let us skip this. Let us move to the, see here. What is the question? Find the mean deviation about the mean for the following data. So this is similar to the previous question. So let us skip this because this is same as the previous question. So same method we have to apply and you will get the answer. So let us skip this question. Let us move to the next question because it is similar to the previous question. Please do it by yourself. So please have a look at the question. Please do it by yourself. Let us move to the next question, friend, which is quite different. Again, mean deviation about the mean for the following data. Mean deviation about the mean for the following data. This is quite different. Okay, mean deviation about the mean for the following data. So they have given class interval, they have given Fi. Okay, and we have to find out. We have to find out what? We have to find out Xi, all these things. Okay, so this is the thing we have to find out. Now here you have to understand one thing. Okay, you have to understand one thing. This is little different compared to other value. Okay, compared to the other question. Okay, I think here we have to find out mean deviation about the median, I think. Okay, mean deviation about the median, or we have to see about the mean itself. Okay, let us see how to solve this question. So what is the thing that they have given? Find the mean deviation about the mean for the following data. This is asked twice, in 2018 and also 2016. So let us take up the question and let us write the table directly. Okay, let us write the table directly. See here, just a minute, observe this carefully. Okay, in this question, see here, we have to do the table little differently because they are asking, this is continuous frequency distribution, and here we have to take up the table in a different way because here we have to take the assumed mean because they are asking mean deviation about the median. Okay, about the median they are asking. So see here about the mean itself. Okay, so let us draw the table here. So what are the things that we will have? First is marks obtained. Marks obtained is nothing but the class interval they have given. Okay, marks obtained, they have given it in the form of class interval, that is Ci. Let me write it. Okay, so this is what? The class interval. Okay, so what is this? 0 to 10, 10 to 20, okay, 20 to 30. Write down very carefully, this is very important. Otherwise you will go wrong if you don't write it correctly. Okay, entire question will go wrong even if you solve it correct because you have to take the values correctly what they have given. Now what they have given? Frequency, that is number of students, that is frequency. Okay, number of students, that is nothing but frequency, that is Fi. Have they given Xi? No, definitely they have not given Fi. I mean definitely they have not given Xi, we should only find it. So Fi is what? Fi is nothing but here 5, 8, 15. What is what they have given? 5, 8, 15, 15, 16 and 6. So let me find out N. N is nothing but summation of Fi, that I will get it as what? 16, 22, 30, 45, 50. You will get it as 50. Now see here, we have to find Xi. Xi means midpoint of class interval. I have to find out Xi. This is nothing but midpoint of what is this? Midpoint of class interval. Xi means midpoint of class interval. Okay, midpoint of class interval is Xi. In the previous question also, first question when we did, they have only given the Xi, but here they have not given the Xi. We have to find out the value of Xi, that is midpoint of class interval. When they were given continuous frequency distribution, it is nothing but we have to find out Xi by ourselves, that is nothing but midpoint of class interval. Okay, here what is the midpoint? This will be 5, this will be 15, this will be 25, this will be 35 and this would be 45. Correct? This would be 45. Now we have to find the deviation. So how to find the deviation here? To find the deviation we have the formula, that is di is equal to, what is it? Di is equal to xi minus a divided by h. H means the length of the class interval. H means length of the class interval. What is this a here? A here represents the assumed mean. Okay, a here represents the assumed mean. So first let me complete the table. So we are having x di, then we will have fi di. Okay, fi di. Okay, fi di we will have. Then we will have xi minus x bar. Xi minus x bar will have next in the next column. Then we would be having. Then we would be having what? Then we would be having f into fi into xi minus x bar. Xi minus x bar. This would be the last column that we would be having. Now we have to do some basic calculations here before coming to that. Okay, now what does this a means? A means it is representing, a represents the assumed mean. Okay, A represents the assumed mean. Here in this formula, A represents the assumed mean. Okay, assumed mean. Okay, not the arithmetic mean. A represents the assumed mean. Why you are finding assumed mean? I will tell you. Okay, A represents the assumed mean. Assumed mean, let the assumed mean A be equal to 25. Let us take it as 25. Okay, let the assumed mean A be equal to 25. Here H represents what? H represents the step. That is the length of the class interval. H represents the length of class interval. Length of CI. Okay, length of class interval is what? 0 to 10. The length is 10. 10 to 20, the length is 10. So everywhere the length will be same. Here it is H is equal to 10. Okay, now we have to find X bar. Okay, X bar, that is nothing but equal to what? Mean. So mean is given by, this is not the assumed mean, this is the actual mean. Okay, mean is given by X bar is equal to A plus, okay, summation of Fi di. Okay, summation of Fi di. Okay, summation of Fi dy by n, this entire thing into H. Okay, into H. This will give us what? This will give us the arithmetic mean, that is the mean. Okay, that will give us the mean. But we have to find out the mean deviation about the mean, not the median, about the mean. So this is what we have to find out. So assumed mean we got it. Okay, step deviation, that is length of this, that is length of the, what is it? Length of the class interval, we have taken it as 10. So summation of Fi di we have to find out. So let us fill this table now. So let us fill this table. Xi minus A by H. Okay, this di is nothing but, this deviation di is nothing but xi minus A by H. We will get it as what? Xi minus A by H. So if you fill the table, we will get it as minus 2. Okay, minus 2, minus 1. This will be 0. This will be 0, 1 and 2. So we got this one. Okay, now we have to do what? Fi di. Fi di if I do, this will be minus 10. Okay, minus 8. Okay, Fi di. Okay, minus 10, minus 8. Okay, this will be 0. And this would be what? 16 into 1 is 16. Okay, and this will be 6 into 2 is 12. So this is what we will have. Okay, now we have to do what? Summation of Fi di. Because the formula is summation of Fi di. Summation of Fi di. Summation of Fi di will be 28 minus 18. 28 minus 18 will get it as equal to 10. We'll get it as equal to 10. So first we have to find X bar. So let us find out X bar here. So summation of Fi di I got. Okay, so assumed mean is equal to what here? So look at this, friends. Assumed mean is 25. Okay, summation of Fi di is what, friends? Summation of Fi di we got it as equal to 10. Okay, and n is equal to how much we got? And n is equal to how much we got? We have got n is equal to 50. Yes. So n is equal to 50. And what is this? Step deviation, that is length of the class interval is 10. Okay, length of the class interval is 10. So this will give us 0, 0 cancel. This will give us 5 1s, 5 2s. So we'll get 27. So we'll get what? X bar will be equal to 27. Okay, X bar will get equal to 27. So once we get X bar, we can put the values here. Xi minus X bar, Fi into Xi minus X bar. We can find it out very easily. Now look at this. Okay, Xi minus X bar we have to find out. On finding out, what we will get? We will get it as 22, 12, 2, 8, and also I am writing it directly, and 18. Okay, Xi minus X bar. Now we have to do what? Fi into Xi minus X bar. Why we want? Because we want mean deviation. Mean deviation formula is what, friends? Mean deviation formula is summation of Fi into Xi minus X bar, okay, divided by n. Okay, divided by n. So let us do Fi into Xi minus X bar. What we will get here? We will get it as 110, 96, 30, okay, 128, and also 108. Now if you do summation of this, summation of Fi into Xi minus X bar, what is the value we will get? What is the value we will be getting? So value we will be getting is 472. What is the value we will be getting? 472. Good morning, Monica. What we will be getting? We will be getting 472. Okay, we will be getting 472. Now what we have to do? We have to do mean deviation about the mean. Mean deviation about the mean, what is the formula we are having? Mean deviation about the mean, what is the formula we are having? That is nothing but mean deviation about the mean is, that is summation of Fi into Xi minus X bar divided by what is it? About the mean, that is n. Okay, n we have to do it. This is 472 divided by what is that? N is nothing but 50. N is nothing but 50. On solving this, what we will get? On solving this, we will get 9.44. Okay, so this is what we will get. Mean deviation about the mean is nothing but equal to 9.44. This is the value we will be getting. Clear friends? This is the way you got to solve this question. This is the way you got to solve this question friends. Clear? So till now we have solved 4 questions, right? 4 questions we have solved. All are highly important questions. All are highly important questions. Now let us solve one more question of this type, okay, where they are not asking about the mean deviation, but they are asking what? They are asking, what is it? They are asking the variance and standard deviation. They are asking variance and standard deviation. Let us do one more question of this type, because the question repeat itself from this chapter. Okay, let us do one more question where they are asking the variance and standard deviation. Okay, they are asking the variance and standard deviation. That means variance and standard deviation formula already I told you. Okay, already I have told you the variance and standard deviation formula. So see here, look at this friends. Okay, this is the question. Calculate the variance. Calculate the variance. Calculate the variance. See here, calculate the variance and standard deviation. Okay, calculate the variance and standard deviation. I hope it is visible to all of you. Anyways, I am writing it on the board also. So calculate the variance and standard deviation of the following continuous frequency distribution table. Okay, for this table, let us create the table that is required for us to find out the variance and standard deviation. Let us be quick. Okay, let us be quick and complete this question. So first of all, what we have to write down? Class interval. Okay, class interval is given. Let us write down the columns. Let us write down the columns. Class interval is given. It is given to be what? 30 to 40. Okay, then we are having what? 40 to 50. Then we are having 50 to 60. Then 60 to 70. Then 70 to 80. Okay, 80 to 90. Then 90 to 100. Okay, this is the class interval they were given. Class interval is given means they have not given xi. We have to find out xi. That is midpoint of class interval is xi. Frequency they have given. Yes, fi they have given frequency. That is 3, 7, 3, 7, 12, 3, 7, 12, 15, 8, 3 and 2. Okay, so summation of this is what? Summation of this is nothing but I can write the value of n as summation of fi, that is nothing but equal to 50. That is nothing but equal to 50. So xi I have to find out. Xi is nothing but midpoint. Midpoint of class interval, which we know. Midpoint of class interval. Correct? Midpoint of class interval. So midpoint of class interval, this will be 35. Directly you can write this will be 35, 45, okay, 55, 65, 75, and this is 85, and this is 95. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, fi into xi. Fi into xi. So first of all we have to find out mean, right? First let me complete the table. Here we have to do what? Fi into xi. Okay, fi into xi. Then next column would be what? Then next column would be, just a minute, fi into xi. Let me complete the table and then we will do it. Okay, this is fi into xi. This will be one more thing very important, xi minus x bar. We were doing till now. Till now what we are doing? Xi minus x bar. Here you have to understand, to find out variance or standard deviation, we have to do what? Xi minus x bar whole square. We have to do whole square. Okay, let me write it again. In this column what we have to do? We have to write xi minus x bar whole square. X bar whole square. This is the thing with this question. Xi minus x bar whole square. Okay, xi minus x bar whole square we have to do it. Next is this into this, fi into xi minus x bar whole square. This is what we have. So fi xi, if I calculate and write it, that is we will write it as 105. We will get it. This will be 315, 660, 975. Then we are having 600. This will be 255, and let us write this again. I think we have missed out one value. This will be 660, 660. This will be 975. This will be 600. This will be 255. This will be 190. And we are having summation of this fi xi, we are having 3100. And xi minus x bar, directly we can do it. We will get it as 729. Xi minus x bar, you can take one more column, then you can square that. Okay, we will get it as 729, 289, 17 square 49, 7 square 9, 3 square 169, this will be 529, this will be 1089, 1089. Now fi into xi minus x bar. So what I should do, this frequency I have to multiply with this. What I would be getting, 2187, this will be equal to 2023, this will be 588, and this will be 135 and 1352, and this would be 1587, and this will be 2178. Now what I should do, summation of this will give us what? Summation of this will give us 10050, 10050 we will get. Okay, summation of this. Now I got already x bar, I told you how to find out. Now we have to find out what? We have to find out variance. So how to find out variance, friends? So to find out variance, we have a formula, that is variance. See here, sigma square is equal to what? Variance sigma square is equal to summation of fi into xi minus x bar whole square. That is what is the value we got? So variance, what is the value we got? So variance, what is the value we got? That is, we have to divide by n. So that will be equal to 10050 divided by what is the value of n? 50. On doing this, what is the value we will get? Okay, just calculate this. We will get the value as 201. We will get the value as 201. Now we have to find out standard deviation. Let me write it as ST. ST is nothing but summation of variance square, not summation, square root of variance square. That is summation of sigma square, that is square root of, not summation, square root of sigma square, that is nothing but square root of 201. Square root of 201, we will get it as 14.18. So standard deviation SD will be equal to 14.18. So this is how you have to solve this question, friends. So first, how you will find mean? Summation of fi of xi divided by n. Then what you will do? You will find f of xi. After that, you will find mean x bar. Then you have to do what? Xi minus x bar whole square here. Then fi into xi minus x bar whole square. Then summation of that, and then divided by n will give us variance. Variance is sigma square. So sigma, standard deviation is nothing but sigma. Okay, sigma is equal to standard deviation. That is nothing but you have to find square root of sigma square. That is square root of variance will give us standard deviation. So this is how you have to solve this question, friends. So these are the questions, very important questions which you have to solve from. What is this? Measures of dispersion. I hope it is clear to all of you. They are fairly simple question, just they are calculatively intensive. Conceptually very simple. First is mean, deviation about the mean. Okay, that is MD. Then you have to find what? Variance. Then standard deviation. Then one more way I told you, that is you have to use the assumed mean, all these things. So that is one of the very important questions which you have to solve. So we have fairly solved around 4 to 5 questions here. This is more than enough for your examination. From here the questions will keep coming. So practice this again. So let us meet again in the evening session where we will be discussing 2B, that is the chapter of parabola. Alright friends, thank you. I'll wind up now. Take care. Have a good day. Again I'll wish you happy Vasanta Purnami. Okay, Vasanta Panchami. Okay, take care. Happy Vasanta Panchami, friends. Not Purnami. Happy Vasanta Panchami. Take care.